Hello, Augies Worldwide. I'm Dave Katzler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, with another episode of Ask Dave. In the last video, we talked about parks on the air. Well, we can put lots of things on the air. So I'm going to talk today about a group, two groups actually, called islands on the air. Yep, you know it. Someplace completely surrounded by water, an island. Islands on the air. There are two groups. First of all, I'm going to talk about the worldwide group, which is run by the Radio Society of Great Britain, and the other group, which is a U.S. group, which has a little finer grain on the islands. Let's look at the websites, see what we can see. Here we are looking at the international group of islands. And this is done by the Radio Society of Great Britain. It's called Islands on the Air. And the idea is to take islands, mostly sea-type islands, and put them on the air so that people can work these various islands. Now, the way this works, this is an international organization, and so instead of having every last little island have some sort of a number, because that would be hundreds upon hundreds, they have done island groups. Let's take a look at how they do it here. This is Islands on the Air. It is IOTA, IOTA hyphen world, WORLD.org, IOTAworld.org. Okay, it's an activity administered in partnership with the Radio Society of Great Britain, and there are some 1,200 IOTA groups, okay, and they have different groups that you can get to. The website fills the gap here. Now, if you look about them, they've got this. They seem to love PDF diagrams, but they've got this group where you can get different awards and so on, join it in different ways, and so on. Okay, if you look at the news, they've got lots going on in terms of honor rolls and all this sort of things like this. The IOTA directory. Now, from frequently answered questions, here are the program rules, and then the island group listings. Now, this would be a group of islands has got one common number. So like, for example, all of the Canary Islands count as one number. These, as near as I can tell, tend to be saltwater islands. They don't have inland islands in there. And it talks about contests and meeting frequencies and so on. DX spots will show you where things are being heard right now. If you double click on one here, is Victor Papa. Okay, well, this shows you in Anguilla, depending on whether you're Spanish or Mexican. You've got two island groups. There's one code here and another group down here. And you can see that there are different island groups and so on. And they'll put several in one spot. Now this shows which ones are on the air right now. This is UTC time right now. This spot went up about 2 minutes ago. The kilohertz, it's on FT8, spotted by so-and-so. And this is Victor Papa group here, okay? NA022, here's NA022. If we were to see just where that was in the world, it's one of the Caribbean islands, okay? So go back and take a look at more. It's got the history of different things that they have done over the years. They seem to like to do things in PDF documents, but there's the IOTA type of stuff. A lot of people participate in this. It's a very common on the air type of thing. And of course you can buy the books. There's a flag, different flags and a patch and so on that you've participated in the Islands on the Air program. Now, if we go back just a little bit, let's see, let's go back to Islands on the Air, Google search. Here is US Islands.org. Okay, this is the US Islands Award Program. It's like a US Islands on the Air, except now you've got far more granularity in what islands are. Here's an example of an island. Right here, that's an island, and most of these have somewhat different designators and so on. They're about the usual rules. The awards worked all states via islands. The island directory by state. Let's take state here. Let's take Colorado. In the middle of Steamboat Lake is an island, and it is CO for Colorado, 012L. Okay, and lots of little different islands that you can pick out here. And we'll use Control Zoom to zoom this image, like here in Grand Junction. Whoops. Got a little ahead of ourselves here. In Grand Junction, and this is in the Colorado River, there's an island right there. Another island, several little islands, and some of these are designated with names. So it makes it much easier to work islands. You can do them on a local basis. Another thing that you can do is to get, let's see, what have I done here? Island directory, let's get this down to 125% there then. I have a 4K screen, and it will really zoom in on it. Here's Utah, for example, and different causeways and so on. And there are all kinds of places where there are little islands that you can work. So you can work the American US Islands Award program to get various operating degrees and so on. So again, you've got the activator and the hunter type of thing, and a way that you can turn in your log for credit. Okay, calendar of events, all right. Gusto parties, photo blog links, and so on. So those are two more programs for operating activities that you can take part in, either as an activator or as a hunter. So you can go out to some island and work one of these islands, read the rules so that everybody knows what you're doing and they can meet you on the air and so on. And different ways. These are operating activities. These are things you can do. Now notice with the IOTA program, especially if the island, like say Liberty Island in New York, is activated, you can do this as a tech with a handheld. Because you can get quite a few people around that can pick you up with that. Or you can put in a little something bigger. Of course, if you do Liberty Island, you're also doing parks on the air. So you can get two with one count. Lots of different things that you can do with these operating activities. So that should keep you plenty busy. So again, it's usislands.org. US Islands, USISLANDS.org. And the other program that we looked at is the www.iota-islands.org. IOTA-world, IOTA-world.org. Great operating activities. You can add these to parks on the air and keep pretty busy doing these kinds of activations. Great opportunity for portable activity and an opportunity to work with your portable equipment so that you're intimately familiar with it when the emergency time comes and you need to use your equipment to support RACES or ARES, something like that. So there you go. If you would like to support this channel financially, please go to dcasler.com/support. And until we next meet, 73.